Good evening and welcome to the matchup between Potato Pony and homerjsmash. This is the pair up, pair down between the 1-0 and 0-1 bracket. We have homerjsmash on the 0-1 side of it looking to climb back to 1-1, while Potato Pony is looking to take his record up to 2-0. I'm Fury SK. Alongside me is Vincent. Vincent, should be a pretty entertaining match here. Despite their record difference, I think these two are pretty evenly matched.
I agree very much so. I've played against homerjsmash in some of the practice rooms, and in whatever seed I've been in, he has destroyed me. And same thing with Potato Pony. So I'm excited to see what they have. As we are started on one of the Forest Armo screens.
Yeah, it looks like we'll have Triforces 2, 4, and 7. So we probably see the runners go in and take care of dungeon number 2 if they find it. 4, probably the same as we find 2 immediately. And
Yep.
7, probably not as interested in going there right away.
Yeah, I would not be interested in going into 7. Depending on the combat. If it's a bit friendly, I might be interested, but for the most part, ooh, we find our Armos item, and it's something very nice. And it's the red ring.
So it's going to be a situation where neither runner is really going to have to worry about death counts climbing super high. Still some trolley rooms and 3 hearts is not a lot of health, but overall, I would think it's not going to be too bad.
Yep. This is already looking pretty promising to be able to be a possible quick seed here. Have we gotten to take a look at the coast item yet?
Should be heading that way shortly, so I didn't catch it the first time around, but I'm sure we'll see it here again.
Yep. Alright, and we got the any key on the coast. So if people can find the ladder, then that shouldn't be too much of an issue. He shouldn't be, at least. And what's your opinion on the Lionel?
With the red ring, Lionel's on the overworld, probably not a huge deal. I honestly prefer him in dungeons if it means I can get Dark Nuts or Wizrobes sent out to the overworld, because late in the game you won't be up there too much.
And we already got our item from level 2. And it's the power bracelet. So we'll see if the power bracelet is helpful or not.
Well, if it's blocking something on the overworld, most likely it's going to be the power bracelet over the rafter or the recorder, just by virtue of how many spots are opened up by the power bracelet in comparison.
And we found our blue candle. It is at Casino Corner. And we find our first big secret underneath the power bracelet spot. That's a pretty nice, large secret, wouldn't you agree?
Yep, definitely looking like we'll have plenty of money to buy things. Just depends on what shops we find early and what the resources end up being.
That's our second take any. So Potato Pony has a 66% chance of getting the white sword item, which we know to be the red candle.
Worth noting that JSmash did spend his money to buy the blue candle, didn't see that blue candle, the wood sword cave, so just opted with all his money to take care of it so he can start burning stuff right away.
I don't blame him. Find our gambling game right next to vanilla level 5 location. And it looks like Potato Pony has their first set of bombs as we find our any roads. So far, any roads are kind of meh in my opinion. They just kind of keep you right around the same area. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, you go north and south a little bit. The east and west is not quite as good. homerjsmash realizes he was not too far away from his blue candle the first time, but it is what it is, and with the money on board, it actually doesn't mean a whole lot.
Yep.
Even the medium's rolling up, so yeah, just massive overflow of cash. We'll see what resources are bought. A lot of runners have stayed away from buying keys this tournament. Wood arrows would be a good purchase if you have the money for them, just because if you find the bow, that's repeatable offense as long as you have enough money to afford the arrows.
Yep. We find the expensive bait and we find the cheap bait. So whether that will be required, we'll see. Would you say that any bait is the best one, or if you find the cheap bait, would you go for that immediately? Would you try and buy that immediately over the expensive bait?
I mean, it looks like it's easy enough to find both of them. So I don't think that there's really any point going and buying the expensive bait. If you didn't really see both of them and you had the money secrets figured out as we find level 4 for homerjsmash, I think at that point you just say, okay, I'm getting over 100 on my large, I'm getting over my 30 for my medium, so I'm going to have more money than I really need, especially with no ring in play, given we get red ring for free. So in that case, just buy the bait and get it over with.
Ooh, did you see that? Those red gorillas went down in one candle shot.
Yeah, very possible for that to happen. It's a 20% chance for them to go down to 1 and 40% chance at them going down to 2, given the plus or minus 2 roll from their 3 value.
Yeah. In my eyes, I would be like trying to farm those gorillas for bombs.
Well, it looks like there's more than one room at least, so he's going to have a couple opportunities to do so, and gets his bomb pack there.
So I got to wonder, one of the first things you see in this dungeon is a Goma, and it's blocking off 2 rooms. I'd be like kind of worried how much that Goma is blocking off. As we see, we can get access to one of the rooms so far.
Yeah, given how many rooms you can kind of go into and go up or down, left or right, and how it's not necessarily linear thus far, I think it's not going to end up hurting too much to have that Goma in that spot. There's only a handful of chances left that it can actually block anything.
Yep, looks like he opted out of finishing that level, probably because of just a few combat blocks there. Oh, and we find the red candle.
Yep, turn the bombs directly into red candle, it looks like, and 5 was enough. So that's going to make combat a little bit easier in dungeons now.
And that was actually not too far away from start. It was just right in that bomb hole, just right there. On homerjsmash's screen, right next to the casino corner area. So we'll see how long it takes Potato Pony to get back over there for their right candle.
Yeah, I don't think it'll take too long. You're eventually going to take a death or have some sort of issue arise where you want to save your resources. We can pirouette the store opens. That's the expected place to walk a screen right and come back now.
Yep, I would be 100% doing that. Level 1 is one of the dungeons that you really want to find since there's an item in the staircase and one item on the floor.
There's the item on the floor for you. Silver arrows right away. A lot of people love finding that early. I'm in the crowd, especially in this tournament, where I dislike finding it early. Just because, while it's very necessary for completion, it gives you almost no immediate benefit unless you found the bow before it. So I prefer finding the silvers as like my 5th or 6th item as opposed to my 1st.
Yeah, I can see that. I honestly, if I find the silvers, I'm like, yay, I found silvers. But I don't have a boat, so they don't do anything for me.
You can't throw them, so I mean, you gotta have a bow.
Maybe in one of the next updates, Dread will make it so you can throw silver arrows at enemies at half damage.
The one bonus to getting arrows, the silver arrows, that is early, is if you're in a low money seed, which happens really in this tournament with first quest money in the Swiss rounds. We're looking at a situation where you're almost never going to have such low levels that you can't buy wood arrows. Even if it rolls 50, 25, and 1, you're still going to get somewhere in the ballpark of like, what, 250... almost 400 rupees, basically, from the game. Plus, you're going to kill Stalfos, you're going to kill ropes, you're going to kill a lot of different things that are going to drop money in the money-making group. So there's almost never a situation where you can't afford arrows. But the silvers get early, with the red ring get early. It takes 2 big items out of shops so that you can save your money for other things, as we do find the recorder as the 2nd item in 1.
So that could be pretty helpful.
Yes and no. I don't think Pony's seen level 2 yet, but I'm pretty sure he's seen level 4. So
he's seen level 2. He just hadn't seen level 4 because level 4 is power bracelet blocking. He doesn't have the power bracelet right now.
I thought he had seen. I got him mixed up, I suppose. So homerjsmash is burning himself and then burning the old man, not because he's telling you that the best item in the game is in fact the best item in the game, but to set up a potential bomb force off of the Korea, which he just did. Getting to that 10 count by burning the old man after burning himself made it so that he knew where his count was.
Yep. Very heads-up play. Alright. So, looks like he is going to try to get to that room above there that he couldn't get to yet. homerjsmash is. Knocks out one of the Landmolas. Gets another key. Potato Pony finding his 3rd heart container, which makes it so he has a 100% chance of getting the white sword item. However, we knew already that it was available at 5 hearts. There's the Triforce for 4. See if the item is in this room. Nope. Maybe this is the item. Oh boy.
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of gone sequentially into finding your power bracelet to find your wand for Homer J Smash. So Potato Pony really needs to either find the red candle or get back into.
Yeah, 100% on that. At this rate, all Homer J Smash needs is to get into wand to find his silvers, and he might actually try and just try and go mode this. I'd almost do that right now.
I'm a big skeptic in go moding straight to 9 because of how many staircases you have to go through to find your item there. I'd at least knock out the first half of my dungeons, or the first 5 even, before even considering that stunt, because it's just... If you've watched, there's only been 1 or 2, I think, so far, races that have ended up giving you that jackpot moment in level 9, and to go for that, like, at, say, like 6 items worth of knowledge with, like, 9 on the table is really scary.
Yeah, I'd agree. I usually try to dig my first 5 dungeons, generally speaking. If I don't have very many of the required items, then I'll proceed on to dig 8.
I think the way I feel about it is I would rather go through a dungeon and kind of look at what the dungeon's trying to give me in terms of open rooms, even if it's a big dungeon. A, you can potentially get floor drop keys or bombs to replenish your resources. B, you might run into a room right next door to the Triforce that ends up being the staircase item, but it's just on the other side of the way you came. So if you decide to Triforce and go, you may miss your item by 1 room, and it could have been free. So definitely a big believer in making sure you clear all the rooms that the game gives you openly. The only downside is occasionally you will get shutter doored in, so perhaps the further you are into, say, a 6, 7, or 8, the less that really pays off for you.
Mm-hmm.
The big issue now for Potato Pony is he's back on 0 bombs, so he's going to have to find a bomb dropper he can kill, or a shop pretty soon to be able to get his bombs back up. Otherwise, he won't be able to find that red candle, which I think is going to give him the belief that he can start clearing some dungeons, and I do think he'll choose 1, 2, and 4 for his primary dungeons. He's already got the items in 1, but he still needs the Triforce there. And then 2 and 4, he'll be able to flute to actually know where 4 is, so if he flutes back to 2 and gets the power bracelet, he'll know exactly where to go for that.
And everybody, name that ink block. What do you think this looks like, Fury?
Well, if you smushed Florida, I would suppose that would be it.
Interesting answer. To me, it's odd-shaped frying pot. Because you got the handle on for the O and A, and then the pot has been warped on the bottom part.
Plausible. This is actually a significant development here in level 1. For Potato Pony specifically, this will be super helpful. He will never go mode his wand now, because this Triforce in 1's blocked by this Gliok, therefore the wand will not be a 9.
Yep.
I don't know that Potato Pony got the information that the Triforce was blocked the first time in there. I think he was conserving resources such as keys, so he wasn't interested in looking that way. Homer J Smash is going to see where 7 is to see if he gives him transport to somewhere new. It's the dead end of the Dead Woods, so somewhat helpful, but I think he was kind of hoping it would be way up in Death Mountain, so he had easy access to that area.
Yeah. That would have been nice. So I think he is now recording to 4. Nope, recorder to 1. There's a magical sword bomb upgrade.
Yeah, Potato Pony, meanwhile, does have bombs again and has saved and gone back to start. So he'll probably burn a couple of spots here and there, although it looks like he may be heading somewhere else entirely.
Yeah.
Maybe the southern coast with 3 bombs and reset if there's nothing useful there. It's a reasonable play.
Yeah, so I'm thinking he's going to find his red candle relatively soon.
That depends on what's down here, probably.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, this would be a terrible screen if you didn't have red ring.
Yeah, I agree.
So Potion Shop is the first one. I don't think he cares at all about that.
Second one. A door repair. Definitely doesn't care about that.
Worth noting, the door repair also rolled down. He's going to keep resetting this overworld screen to see if he can get a bomb drop, but it's not working out for him. He doesn't even know where the count necessarily is at yet because it refuses to drop anything. The third one is money. You can just go ahead and retry this, and if you want that money later, you know where it's at.
Yep.
So now he's going to go north, which is the next practical play with bombs, and that's going to solve his repeatable offense.
And he's going to probably feel really he's probably going to start feeling behind, finding that the red candle was close to start.
It's still a 20-minute red candle in the end, so it's not like he's looking at this at like 50 minutes and still doesn't have a wand or a bow to go repeatable offense with.
Alright, so I think he's about to head into 2 here.
Yeah, again, this is a very, very practical play to make. You have a knowledge of 2. It's going to be small. It's potentially going to have a standing item even in it, so you just walk through enough rooms, you might eventually find your item.
There's the Pulse Voice, there's the Power Bracelet, and he's out of there.
Now, let's see if he remembers he can flute around a little bit. Yeah, it sat there on the flute for him, so I think that at least confirmed to him, oh, I have this, I should probably look around.
And recorders to 4.
Yep, so the order of operations, assuming he finds his wand in here pretty soon, is going to give homerjsmash a decent advantage, but it's not going to make or break the entire run for Potato Pony just yet. Still a lot of work to be done for both sides to be able to get into 9 with all the required items.
Yep.
See, Potato Pony has a few more keys than homerjsmash had in here, so it may lead him a little bit astray at times. May have set up a force. He won't know until he kills an enemy that can actually drop something that gel cannot.
Yep. Like these Lamolas?
I'd still get out of here because he's going to run into this situation now where he's going to burn himself, so unfortunately loses his count.
Yep.
I understand the play, but I think I probably would have just next roomed it or tried to block them in a hurry.
There he goes. He's attempting that. He took a bop there on purpose so he could reset his count. So he can try again and force another bomb.
For those just joining from one of the other SpeedGaming channels, what we have here is a pair up, pair down. Potato Pony's in the 1 and O. J-Smash is in the 0 and 1. You need 2 wins to have a chance to get into the bracket stages of this tournament, so they're both trying to get there. Homer can get halfway there, Potato Pony can get the entire way there, barring some tiebreaker shenanigans.
Alright, so what do you think of that level 4?
I think we already knew it was segmented. I'm pretty sure J-Smash saw a transport at some point. Now we know that that transport leads you to a one-off, so it makes it completely useless if you find it. Because we don't need the Triforce, that would be the only major thing over there. A heart container's not worth going after.
Yeah, we already found a heart container. It was 4 rooms from the start.
So see, Potato Pony is probably going to spend his key to go north here as opposed to east because it's just 1 room over there.
Yep. I think this is the path that Homer took to get to his wand.
Yeah, J-Smash has located level 9 at this point, so 9 is not blocked on the overworld.
Well, the only one that has been blocked is level 4. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's going to clear this room. Pretty sure we were looking at a spiral staircase, so this may turn out to be nothing, or it will be some small item. Like a key or something. Oh, we're going to continue the trolls. Here we go.
Gotta love it. I do like a few trolls with these runners. It looks like Potato Pony is going to get the maximum troll here.
One of these will push, probably. Gonna guess it'll be this one. It'll be Sadness.
Yep. Immediately knows that's the one-off staircase. It wasn't the room. This is the room with the block, and this room right above is where the wand was.
Yeah, Potato Pony's probably not going to think he's that far behind. And in reality, he really isn't, because Homer J. Smash has been on the overworld expedition for the last little while, has not really found anything of particular use up there yet.
Yep. So both players, power bracelet, red candle, wand, pretty much tied game right now.
Yep, I give J-Smash the small edge just because he's got a big resource advantage in the key department still. And the wand's gonna make it so bombs are not too terrible to come across in most dungeons, like the Wizard Set. Probably is gonna be the worst one.
And we find level 5 on Homer J-Smash's side.
I call it the connector of Death Mountain, just because it's the screen where I kind of feel like it goes from being east to west Death Mountain.
And we find another Goma.
Yeah, so that could be the transport staircases. Level 5 is the first one where we actually have a transport built in regardless of the segmentation. Or it could be the item that's Goma blocked. If it's the item, it's again potentially somewhat useful information. Not as useful as the Triforce being blocked, but still potentially helpful to know.
And we got the map for that level 5. That looks like a rocking chair to me.
I will go with like the statue of the horse, like with the base being the entire bottom row and the horse is kind of up in like a bucking motion.
Ah.
Like the frontal.
Looks like he's getting ready to. Homer's about ready to do another bomb force there.
This room's not exactly a fun one to go into with the force, but you can kind of manipulate it because of the way that Triforce room is set up. Looks like this is not the direction we can go, though, in this dungeon.
Nope. And it looks like we're not going to be able to get too much more exploration unless we have a ladder. Oh boy. And he lost his force. Because that was the first time he took a bomb.
There's all sorts of blue wisdoms in here, so nothing really that he can do about that. You gotta keep exploring. We'll see if he ends up using one of his bombs to try and get to the left in here. The worst feeling is you, like, orphan this entire bottom row because you got ladder blocked on the other side. Level 8, meanwhile, is not too far away on Death Mountain, just to the west. But, like, there could be a ladder down there, and if you just don't spend this bomb, it becomes difficult. He does get a global bomb drop, I guess, based on his location there on, like, 1, 6, or 8.
He actually got hit a bomb from a floor drop from the dungeon.
Oh, nice. I hadn't seen that. I was busy looking at level 8's location. Turns out you can't bomb over there, though, so ladder is required to get down there. And, well, I shouldn't say that. We don't know where the transport setup is yet.
As we find our first mugger.
Pretty easy decision. Heart containers really aren't that useful anymore, but with as much money as he has, not a big deal to lose some. If he gave up his heart, he would have gotten it right back there, and this can only be really the Triforce to be helpful, so let's see if it is. We got an early segment or an early transport staircase in 8 here, or are we gonna find a item right away?
We'll see what happens. Early item, and it's the ladder. That's huge. That's going to allow Potato Pony to get around this pipe a lot easier than homerjsmash.
Yeah, it's worse if it's a double dip required for homerjsmash. He's trying not to kill this Moblin in a position where he's stuck behind the Triforce. If it spawns, it didn't in this case. Now, you either logically have to have a transport to get past, or this bomb wall has to open because of that T-room.
Yep. As we find another Gleon.
Yep. Have to kill this one because it's a shutter door behind. If there was no shutter there, we wouldn't have a staircase, though, because the fireballs and the floating heads causing problems.
Yeah, we're never going to have a staircase in that room because of the Gleok. Alright, I do like what homerjsmash is doing, trying to eliminate all the enemies, and because I believe he had seen in a previous room that the dominant enemy was the Stoppos. As we find the transport in one of the transport in level 5.
Watch it go right here.
Nope. And it's a heart container.
Alright, so it's a forced double dip for homerjsmash, so he'll lose a little bit of time, unless the transport takes him beyond the ladder block. I'm kind of feeling like it's going to take him to that Goma room, though.
We'll see what happens. I'm willing to... Oh! Potato Pony finds Triforce in 8.
Yeah, I expect Potato Pony to leave since he's gotten one item in the Triforce out of 8. He can come back later with the flute if necessary.
Yep. Yep, it's back to that Goma room.
So it's a bit unfortunate for homerjsmash. If he stays on Death Mountain, though, and goes west here instead of going up into the east, he's going to run right into level 8, and the ladder is very hard to miss given how early it is.
Yeah.
Looks like we might be looking... it looked for a second like he's going to go to the right, but we do have level 3 up here as well, so... Are we down to just level 6, perhaps?
I believe... Yeah, we're down to 6 because we have located all the other dungeons. Because 7 was down at the Deadwoods, in that corner. And then 3, 8, and 5 were in Death Mountain. 2 and 4 was in the desert, and 2 was in the forest. And 1 was close to start.
So the dream here, I guess, is the second item in level 8 is the raft, and level 6 is on a raft spot. Although you could put the raft in 7, and I would be pleased with that as well.
Yep. Both would be nice.
Smash finds the way to the staircase in here. I don't think it's going to be too hard to find. Like I said, I feel like it was right on the obvious path, so as long as he stays true to the path that Seed kind of shows him, as opposed to going through like bomb walls or something like that, I think he'll find it.
We'll see what happens. I've seen some crazy things happen. Somehow homerjsmash just goes all around it and doesn't find it, and then next thing he knows, oh, I went all around this room and apparently it was there. I highly doubt that he'll do that, but
no, it's right here. It's pretty much over. No chance he misses the ladder. I think probably ends up going straight back to level 5 after finding the Triforce in here.
Yeah, 100% he's going to do that just so he can get that Triforce out of there.
Although, in theory, you can just kind of hold off because it may take some more resources to get there, and you can just go ahead and recorder to level 8 if you find the Triforce in here. We have to find it first on homerjsmash's side, as we do find the Triforce in 3.
Yep. Did we find a staircase item in 3? I don't recall seeing it.
Nope, he went all the way to the top and backed up one room to get to the Triforce, and now probably is going to clear the bottom portion that he didn't clear earlier.
Oh! This could be just the item. Oops.
Well, you had to go north to find the Triforce, so that was a worthwhile dig in and of itself. Not so worthwhile dig to the south, but you had to make the play.
Yep. At least it was a quick in and out there, so all we need to do is find 6 and get back to 1 so we can get that Triforce out of there.
Yeah, Potato unfortunately loses a lot of money there on the max out, but again, not too much that he can really purchase and have it be much benefit outside of bomb upgrades or maybe a key or 2. Potion is another one, but I think probably still has to take any one somewhere that he'll find, unless he finds 6 right away.
Alright.
He has a potion to boot, so he doesn't need one right now.
There's more money, and homerjsmash finds the compass. Is in the Triforce room, and he's probably going to more likely get that, get the Triforce out of there. there's the letter. So, and homerjsmash gets his Triforce out of 8.
Yeah, the flute makes this a very easy decision to just leave and come back if you need to. And here comes the walk back to level 5. So, again, nothing out of the ordinary. We do see a key purchase from Potato Pony.
And I think we're about to have Potato Pony come across level 5 here very shortly.
The question of whether or not he digs the item is going to make or break whether or not he has a little bit of an advantage going. If he decides not to dig it for some reason, he'll end up with less time spent in this dungeon, almost certainly.
Yep.
But if he doesn't find the bow in one of the next couple of places he visits, he would also probably come back here right away. So I don't think there's a lot of situations in which he's going to miss out on the item here.
Well, there is an argument. Well, right now with the route that he's taking, he's going to find that Triforce really quick here.
Yeah, this is the advantage of having the ladder the first time in, is he's just going the natural route that it's telling him to go. And the ladder's not impeding him and telling him to turn around, so he can keep on moving.
And he's now in the Triforce room.
Right.
And that's right, the coast item was the any key, so keys won't be actually an issue anymore.
Yep, it's just a situation where Potato Pony does not want to go all the way there to collect his any key right now. He wants to keep clearing out all the stuff up here as best he can, and then once he runs out of stuff to clear up here, he'll probably turn around and go get that.
And homerjsmash is now in 3.
Yeah. Same thing I just said about level 5 will apply to 3. If JSmash decides to Triforce and go it, he'll eventually potentially come back here, so if that happens, we won't see any major time difference. We're interested to see if he goes faster just because he has the any key now, though. It will increase his willingness to go through key doors.
Yep. We find a bomb shop.
Gonna go out on a limb and call it the rare shop.
Yeah, I think that was the only bomb shop that I've seen in the seeds as of thus far.
Now this key purchase is slightly more interesting than the last key purchase he had, just because of the any key and being kind of at an endpoint to his route, so we'll see where he ends up going.
Goes to 4. And is going to level 1? No.
Nope, it doesn't have this spot yet. There's a couple spots that he missed out on because of how late he was to the power bracelet in comparison to JSmash, who kind of got to route it straight away.
That's true. Now he's going into 1.
Yep. This is going to show him that the wand was absolutely outside of level 9, but he of course knows that since he's got it.
I'm thinking that we may not have, there's a chance that there may not be Wizrobes in level 9. With the amount of Wizrobe dungeons that we've seen.
Well, the most uneven of spreads would give you 5 of one enemy set and 2 of the remaining 2 each. So you go 5, 2, 2 as your spread. Each enemy set has to appear twice. So the max you can have of any one enemy is 5.
Alright. Alright. Finds the compass and now he's in the Gliok room. About to take on this Gliok for the Triforce. It gets the Triforce and I think Homer might, because he pretty much took the same route that Potato Pony did. I'm thinking he might just check that. No, he didn't check that one room.
He's already seen the boomerang, if that's what you're going for.
Oh, okay.
He got sent back to start, I think, a little while ago, so he took that exploration down there. So, for my money right now, I would say J-Smash is in the lead because my expectation is that Potato Pony will probably redig 5 first, whereas Homer J-Smash has already gotten the knowledge that 5 is just a heart container.
I'm thinking that we're going to have to go to 8.
Well, it's 8 or 7 that you've got to choose. Neither one's particularly fun at this point because we didn't see a ton of level 8 and we kind of explored the open rooms there.
Yeah, Potato Pony's back in 5.
Logically, it's the right play. It's the smallest dungeon left available to you, your other choices being 7 and 8.
And the item was up in the northern portion of this level. Past the mugger here. Had to pay the mugger to get at it.
The question in chat, do we know where 6 is yet? We are presuming it is blocked. I don't know that either runner has actually looked at Recorder Lake, although I feel like J-Smash was down there when he saw 7, so maybe he checked it. So probably Raft blocked at this point.
I don't recall him checking Recorder Lake.
Well, I'll leave it up to chat to call us out one way or the other on that. I just figured that if he checked 7, then he continued Deadwood's exploration into that. Turns out it's incorrect. It was potentially Potato Pony that went that way.
Taking a sip of his potion. You got money in the seat? Why not?
I'm just going to assume that both runners now have seen it all. J-Smash wouldn't make this play into level 7 without full overworld knowledge outside of Raft spots.
Yep.
So this could come down to where Potato Pony decides to go next. If he just walks to 8 next, then one of the runners is going to be potentially decisively in the lead. Unless the other dungeon has the bow, in which case it becomes shenanigans, and actually the person that finds the bow is probably a little bit ahead.
Bait block not required?
Doesn't seem like it.
And Potato Pony finds the container heart.
I remember we saw Mags. I'm not sure if it's ever en route, but if it is, then that's worthwhile.
Has a 20% chance at picking it up. I want to say it was in the southern Potato Pony's going directly to 7.
Alright, so unfortunately for Potato Pony, not going to be able to afford the bomb upgrade in here that would give him plus 5 bombs just yet. Needs to be able to farm a handful more rupees. Even that 5's not enough. Needs to get up another 21 rupees to get there.
We got a ton of the money dropping enemies in this, so there is actually a possible theory he could.
Unless he just walks by all the 1 rupees. He's going to be sad he walked by all those maybe here in a second, but... If he goes through those rooms again, there's reason enough, especially if you clear some more of this dungeon and just happen upon more rupees, that you go ahead and come back to that room and pick it up. That being said, still going to leave the 1 rupee on the ground there too. Not the 5er though, he was standing on that one. And we find the item is the raft, so this is the item we needed for immediate progression.
Yep. homerjsmash is out of there. There's no reason to continue to dig this 7, since we already had the Triforce. I think he... Basically, I think Potato Pony is just kind of following, and, Potato Pony got that time clock with Wall Masters in the room.
Yeah, but it's a staircase room at the least, so you just go in the staircase again, all as well.
Alright, raft spot 1. Is this it? It is. We've now located all of our dungeons.
So
Another wizrobe.
Yeah, the biggest troll left in the game at this point is level 9 having bomb upgrade and like magic boomerang or something. This is going to be a rough call for J-Smash. He's 50-50, but both 6 and 8 are going to have fewer staircase options to go through. So you can get knowledge of Zelda and Ganon by walking through 9 and hope to naturally progress into the bow. Or you can go back to the dungeons that have fewer staircases. It's really tough to call either way.
We'll see what happens.
He's recording, so it's pretty much 9 that he's going to play the gamble on. It's up northeast of Vanilla 1.
Yep. Oh. Wrong one.
Yep, simple mistake. Alright, so it's not just a door and aurora strategy, we actually have to find some staircase items for knowledge, so...
Yep, you need, as far as the door and aurora, you need to, if you're within 1 room, the general area where Ganon is, you'll hear his roar. And then as far as the door situation is concerned, if Ganon is not killed, Zelda's door will remain closed as long as you cleared all the enemies. And it has to be exactly 1 shutter door. As we hear Ganon's roar.
Yeah, Ganon is north. So if this is the bow, this is a very silly 9. Let's hope it's a little bit more difficult than that.
It's a little bit more difficult than that. I'll be honest, I had a couple seats the other day where, the room right before Ganon was the silvers I was needing to kill Ganon.
That will happen from time to time. It looks like Potato Pony is now going to find his raft. So, in order to make up time, Potato Pony is going to have to kind of diverge from the way J-Smash is playing this. He's got no way of knowing. So we'll see if just happenstance or his theory on the game is to go clear out dungeons with fewer staircases, or if he just ends up in 9 and it becomes a test to see who can get off of the other's basic route in order to kind of find that time back for Potato Pony.
I'm thinking that from the routing that homerjsmash is doing, I think the level 9 is making you go a specific path right now. So I don't know if Potato Pony is actually going to be able to do too much more different than homerjsmash.
Depends on what he wants to do with his bombs. J-Smash was pretty conservative in the entryways with bombs. Decided not to use any really until he got away from the starting area. So he's going to take the Triforce out of 6. This lends itself to heading to 9.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rough call for me. I always feel like a Triforce like that, when you have open rooms around it, is just a trap. You got to look at some of those. But I'm kind of in the minority on that sometimes.
Alright, this is the third set of transports I've got here so far. Well, that's the third transport room. However, we didn't take it to see where it went so far. Alright, so we're about to see where this leads. And we have Potato Pony now in 9.
Yeah, I feel like it was about a 3 or 4 minute deficit at absolute most. So again, just going to come down to where, if anywhere, does Potato Pony diverge from the route we see from homerjsmash, and will turn out to benefit him. Normally, the difference in bomb and the bomb upgrade would be significant, but because this enemy set is Gorilas that go down in one wand swing, and there's a good chunk of those rooms, pretty good shot that you can get up to one of the global councils. We now have both Gan and Zelda. They are side by side, in fact. So there's a way that they can connect.
Looks like homerjsmash is taking that transport back up into that upper corner. As I think we're in a new area of level 9 on Potato Pony's end.
Be interesting to see what homerjsmash does. What he does if he doesn't find the bow as the first item in here, which he does find. So never mind.
Well,
Don't say anything just yet, though. If you notice, Potato Pony's about 3 rooms away from that. It's likely to be GG, especially if there's a connector door between these 2 rooms, and there is not, so not just yet.
Yep.
But unfortunately, Potato Pony's starting to go the wrong way from where the bow actually is in here, so jsmash is going to have a good chunk of time, and I don't think he's going to fail to kill Ganon based on that stun lock.
Yeah. Alright, so he bombs right there, and there's the princess. I would just bombed out of that.
It doesn't matter. It's a freebie.
As we have homerjsmash, the winner, with an SLR time of 57 minutes and 46 seconds. GG's to you. So, with this race, we have time records do matter. So, we're probably more likely going to see Potato Pony try and finish this out here to get as good of a tiebreaker as he can.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't leave 9, he's gonna almost certainly finish within 30 minutes here, even if he takes staircases and kind of gets away from where Bo is. There's just not enough rooms. We've seen from jsmash's screen that there's only about 6.5 columns in this, so the rooms are reduced by at least 14 or 15 with the additional empty spaces, maybe 16 or 17.
Finds that staircase.
Now, this is the one thing you didn't want to see, but I think he's going to pot commit at this point based on how much coverage he's already got.
Yep, and how do you feel about that? Your beloved Boomerang just left behind like that.
Unsurprising. in level 9, so there's no point in picking it up anymore with the wand.
I'm just
red
having
candle.
fun.
Yeah, no, it's just if it's a pickup race, I'll meme and do some stuff. But if it's a tournament race in this field, no thanks, no memes. So taking the staircase back now, we'll send him again, probably 2 or 3 rooms away from where the bow is.
Yep, he should be pretty close to his bow. I think it was
It's east and south. Hard to tell without the map, but that's roughly the location.
And there's another transport.
He'll leave this one behind pretty quick.
Just trying to dodge all those pancakes. Managed to do so.
So here comes bombs now that he's kind of run out of staircases to look through. Bombs to the right, which is the way to bomb if you're going to. And I want to say it was this room.
I want to say it was too. And there it is.
So in the end here, we had a finish for JSmash of 57.46. I would be willing to wager that Potato Pony can pull this off and only be about 5 minutes behind that. A time of like 1:02.50 would seem fairly reasonable given Ganon's location in Zelda. Although I don't know that he's seen Zelda, so perhaps it will take a little bit longer.
We'll see what happens as we have Ganon. It's going to take 7 to 8 swings of the magical wand to take Ganon down here. 3, 4. We got the stun lock, and down goes Ganon, and we have Bacon.
Alright, so logical play here would be to bomb around a little bit. You already know that you can't go right because there's an old man room over there. So if he bombs left here, it's over. It did not yet.
Doesn't yet. Kills Oscaria. Bombs left.
Yeah,
Goes
so
left.
GG.
Yep, that's GG. And we have an official SLR time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 40 seconds. GG's to you, Potato Pony.
So, kind of feel like this maybe came down just to, I would say probably the early game, as we are joined by Potato Pony. GG's.
Thanks very much. I will take a swordless seed like that any day. That's my speed, swordless seed.
Yep, so the way this kind of played out, just as a comparison between the runners, JSmash I think had like a 12 or 13 minute wand, because he just got to that power bracelet super quick. I think he got a bomb drop somewhere as well to get his red candle, and just kind of went about his way and checked the power bracelet spots to find 4. And that little bit of an early lead to the wand was enough to kind of give him a 3 or 4 minute advantage, and then a little bit quicker at 9 gave him maybe that last minute or so. So that's really all the difference there was.
It's pretty funny because I was thinking, given that 2 and 4 were 2 of the Triforces, that the my 25 minute or something wand, I thought, hey, that's pretty quick, given that those are dungeons I didn't necessarily need to dig in the first place, but not quick enough.
Yeah, also, homerjsmash, because of that early bomb that he got, he was able to find the red candle a bit quicker.
Sure.
And
yeah,
and it only actually required 5 hearts to get.
And I guess the bomb shop up on Death Mountain was the rare shop. That was the only one, right? At least if my tracker is correct.
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's what we got also.
So, I mean, I don't remember, I got a pack of bombs somewhere early and then kept trying to build a count and messing it up somewhere. And then I used my last bomb in the southwest, and then, I don't know. But, you know what, overall, listen, I can't complain. This is, I think, the fastest time I finished one of these Swiss flag set seeds, and, you know, even on a jet seed like this, to be within a few minutes of Smash is something I'll gladly sign up for.
Yeah, I mean, really, if you watch it back, you'll notice that there's really not a whole lot of difference in what you two did, and that's why the times aren't really that far apart. 5 minutes, well, 4 minutes and 56 seconds apart, or 54 seconds apart, somewhere in that ballpark. So it really just comes down to how early did you get the red candle and how early did you get the wand. And
sure, yeah, I guess other than a pretty significant sequence break after you get the repeatable weapons here, and barring like really challenging combat, it's you know, it's hard to make up that 10-minute wand difference.
yeah, the only chance you really had would be to make the unorthodox move of turning away from level 5 on the redig and going to 7 or 8, but that's kind of a silly play to make. So your logical plays in this one ended up being the reason why you couldn't make up time, but trying to go out of logic could also just burn you even more, so your tiebreaker scenarios go down from there. Sure, if they're actually needed at all. Which, given the quality of runners that we had in this race, I don't necessarily think it's going to come down to that for either one of you.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, if you know you're behind, then yeah, sure, you change up the play. But you know, again, I mean, Smash is Smash, so I figure I'm behind no matter what. But I did think that getting the power bracelet out at 2 relatively early, and that sending me to 4, and the items in 1 were everything was free in this seed. You know, the whiz robes hanging out here and there, but I don't think you had to kill a single one throughout the seed. It's a pretty good intro to swordless seed for anyone who might want to try it out.
Yeah, I don't recall you having to specifically have to kill any whiz robes. Yeah, there was a couple rooms where you had a couple whiz robes in it, but you were able to swap them out for different enemies. Other than that, so no real whiz robe fights I saw on my end.
Yeah, 5 gave you the impression, you actually didn't see a lot of it the first time, and I think you went north on the second time, so you skipped a handful of rooms, but there was a nice little gauntlet that J-Smash went through in 5 the first time in, where I think he went maybe 3 or 4 rooms in a row with a forced bomb basically on the next enemy he killed, trying to get around all these blue whiz robes, and eventually just not working out for him.
Yeah, well, I'm thankful for not having come across that part of 5.
Yeah, it was in the lower right-hand corner of 5. You took the bomb hole that was in 5 and avoided all those whiz robe rooms, and then you went up. You never went to that lower portion.
Yeah, the ladders, if you have the ladder the first time in, then it's a super free path to basically going straight to the Triforce. Right. If you don't have it, then it forces you either north or south, and you have to pay off a mugger or have the ladder to be able to clip around it, which, you know, the ladder again was set you west anyway, so I don't know,
the mugger was required to get to the item, which wasn't very valuable.
It actually wasn't. If you can, it's logically required, but the T room was a room that had to be accessible from the left side as well, so you go around the perimeter of it. So that T room would have gotten you around it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a lot to say about this one. I mean, it was fun to play. You know, other than being a race, relatively low stress as these things go, and I think I forced 1 bomb at some point, and I'm at a point where I'll take, you know, even doing 1 successful 10 count, and there was plenty of money, so I was able to buy keys and put off going back to the coast spot for the any key. You know, everything felt pretty good all in all.
Yeah, you both forced some bombs. I feel like you had two different situations where you did, and a third where you tried to chase the danger noodle around the reverse C and ended up getting the bop. And I think
Hopeless
J-Smash...
effort the whole time, but I thought I'd give it a shot.
And then J-Smash, I think, had 4 or 5 opportunities to go for a bomb force, maybe even 6 or 7, but got bopped out of maybe 1 or 2 of them. So both of you were trying to keep your bombs intact, so it was really high quality play.
Yep.
Well,
any final thoughts?
Both, thank you both very much for providing the commentary tonight and in a lot of the other races in this tournament. Appreciate it very much.
No problem.
Shout out to the tracker, Moonrise and Phoenix. Click on the buttons. There is one race going on, SpeedGaming 5, to kind of wrap up the night, so that's probably the direction I'm going to go, and maybe the rest of you are going to go as well.
And I wanted to make sure you give these runners and Moonrise and Phoenix and Fury a follow if you haven't already. They are great people to be around and very good runners.
And then lastly, just going to give a quick nod to the races ahead on the schedule. We have 2 tomorrow night, 1 at 9, 1 at 10. Races will be on channels to be determined. And then the last match of week 2 will be Sunday afternoon. So there's 1 match ongoing and 3 matches after that. And then we're through 2 weeks of this Swiss round of all boards, no swords. But yeah. Thanks for being in the booth with me, Vincent, and thanks for clicking behind the scenes, Moonrisen, and let's go watch that other race, shall we?
Yeah, let's go do that.